Man, you know what I think a great family-friendly game to play is? Mario Party. Yeah, it totally doesn't end up making you despise your friends and family due to the shenanigans that may or may not occur. I mean, seriously, we all know how many luck-based things that can happen in these games, and while yeah, the running joke is, oh man, I hate it when someone steals my stars, better Google how to hide bodies. But to me, I find moments like that so fun that even if I'm on the receiving end, I just end up having a really good time. I love Mario Party a lot, but it's one of those game series that I didn't get to experience much being an only child that was also introverted. But even back then, knowing how many people adore these games and having those experiences myself later on, I can see why. The games have really fun boards and mini games, and most of the games are pretty good. Well, except for 8 and 9 and 10 and Super Mario Party and all the 3DS games, but other than that, they're pretty good. Ever since Mario Party The Top 100 was announced, it was a concept that never crossed my mind before, and I don't know why. A Mario Party game that has 100 of the best minigames throughout the series sounds like a great idea that would bleed cash. What a no-brainer. Oh, what's that? It's on the 3DS only? Even though all the minigames are from the console games? And there's only one board? And it isn't good? And the minigame selection is pretty hit or miss? Aw, dude, when this game was announced, you know what the first minigame I thought would be great to bring back? Crank the Rank from Mario Party 8! The best Mario Party! I'm sure you know the deal with this game. It isn't good, and it completely underdelivers on the idea of a Mario Party All-Stars type game. I thought Nintendo already threw the idea out the window once the game released. I didn't think they'd ever do it again. That's it. Good job, team. We did our best. Wait, but we actually really didn't. Shh! But thankfully, I was proven wrong, because they revealed a new Mario Party All-Stars game during their E3 showcase this year, and it already looked much better than Top 100. Unfortunately, the amount of boards is still kinda small. I mean, they remade boards from the Nintendo 64 games, which is a great idea, but I don't know, I feel like they could have pulled from at least more of the GameCube games. 5 is a fine number, but I can't help but ask for just a little bit more. I held my breath until launch, because I had a distinct feeling that they'd somehow fuck it up. Fortunately, when I got the game, yeah, this is actually really good. It's everything Top 100 should have been. The boards are all so much fun here. The game looks really good and the minigame selection is much better. Goodbye, Crank the Rank. Nobody will miss you. Also, quick tangent. It's kind of sad that the item minigames that had Koopa Kid in it, he was replaced by Bowser Jr. Like, I love Bowser Jr. and all, but I kind of miss Koopa Kid though. Rest in peace, my guy. All right, enough of this. Let's actually play Mario Party Superstars. I know it's weird to start with the story because it's Mario Party, but most of the games do have a story, but they're usually just the sun and the moon are angry at each other and Mario decides to solve it with a party. Yeah, that'll help. The story of this game is basically a Koopa Troopa is feeling really nostalgic. It wants to visit old Mario Party boards, and that's it. Being very nostalgic over an older series of games instead of making something new. What is this? The video game industry? Thank you. I'll be here all week. I will say the constant callbacks to older games, more specifically the N64 games, is pretty cute and charming. Like, come on, the main menu is based on the first game and you fall into a pipe while picking characters and the board. I mean, what's not to love? Speaking of characters, it is a little unfortunate that the roster is a bit neutered. It's a fine cast of characters, but I would have loved it if they brought every character that were in previous Mario Party games. What I'm trying to say is I just want to play Diddy Kong, okay? It's Mario Kart 8 all over again. I just want to play, Diddy Kong needs more love, man. Also, it turns out the music for the menu is actually adaptive, which I didn't notice until making this video. The further you go into the menu, the more gets added to the song. Again, the minigame selection is much better this time, although I don't know why Ace's High still isn't here. That's a fantastic minigame, but I guess Nintendo doesn't like it. Since this is the second Mario Party on the Switch, how does it fare to Super? So I guess I just never really involved myself in the conversation, but I don't know why I never heard anyone talking about this game's issues that make it honestly one of the bad Mario Party games. It all really comes down to the boards being pretty mediocre and the economy being a bit messed up. What I mean is, instead of stars costing 20 coins like they do in every other game, they cost 10 coins, as well as this game's version of the warp to star item, the golden pipe, costing 10 as well. And you can get coins pretty easily outside of the minigames, which if anything, it trivializes the minigames. You're never in desperate need of coins, so there's no point into wanting to win the minigames, which is what makes them fun. And on top of that, for whatever reason, the dice roll went from 1 to 10 to 1 to 6. So there's more of a chance to roll a low number, and it ruins the pacing in my opinion. I don't know why GameCube made all of these unnecessary changes, but I guess they heard the complaints because Superstars got rid of all of those issues. Stars are 20 coins again. The golden pipe costs 25 coins now, so there's a reason you actually want to win the mini games. And the dice rolls are 1 to 10 again, so you won't be trying to get to the star at a fucking snail's pace. I seriously don't know how you can screw up the formula for something as simple as Mario Party, but I guess GameCube has that title hands down. Great job. Congratulations. Fuck you. Okay, I'm done comparing this to previous games. This is honestly one of the best Mario Parties I've played. I'd honestly consider it my second favorite. The boards are super faithful to their original counterparts, which means they're fun. The mini games are a wonderful, great time. The music is fun. The game looks really nice for the Switch. I had such a blast playing this with friends, and the online is actually pretty good, which is surprising for a Nintendo game. I mean, Mario Golf's online doesn't work that well. But then again, I don't think Nintendo put a lot of effort into the game itself anyway. This game has so much love and effort poured into it that I just can't believe we have like a super solid Mario Party on the Switch. A better Mario Party Top 100 is definitely the blanket statement for this game. And it's so well made, and it's one of my favorite games this year, honestly. My favorite board, hands down, has to be Horrorland. If you've played 2 on the N64, it's the exact same thing. The different stuff that can happen whether it's day or night is a lot of fun. The spooky theme is really charming, and it's honestly my favorite because the characters dance when landing on this specific space.
Mario, yeah!
I can't get over how much I love this. Of course, the mainstays of the boards are here. Chance time is the scariest thing in all of video games. You'll just be chilling, happy with your stars, and all of a sudden someone will activate a chance time. And while you're clenching and holding on for dear life, hoping nothing bad will happen to you, something in fact bad does happen to you, and you just cry for the rest of the game. And the Bowser space is just as bad. Someone will land on it and he'll just show up like the IRS demanding you spin the wheel to decide your fate. You'll be lucky just to play a Bowser minigame. Also, I feel bad for Toadette. She constantly gets harassed in these boards only just because she has the star. I think she should get a lawyer. I like that the boards have different items in them. Some are on all of the boards, but it makes sense for the ones that aren't in the others. For example, the boards from 1 aren't going to have the Chomp Call item since the boards are pretty small, and more specifically, Peach's birthday cake, the star never moves, and Yoshi's Tropical Island, one of the gimmicks is one event space moves the star from either the far left or far right side of the map. Speaking of Chomp Call, it's really frustrating when you're the closest to the star and someone uses the item and it moves to the opposite side of the board. Some of my favorite minigames are here, and they're just as fun as the original. Book Squirm, Shell Shocked, Bombs Away, Bowser's Big Blast, Snow World, Chip Shot Challenge, and Facelift, just to name a few. Unfortunately, the selection isn't perfect. We still have minigames like Piranha's Pursuit, but it's not so bad. I also really like the button mashing games only because I find button mashing to be kind of fun. I know they aren't the most compelling minigames, but who cares? Me press button fast! A new feature that I really like about this game is the stickers. They don't really add much other than being super petty to fellow players. You look at this Toad and Yoshi sticker and tell me this won't be used to just be petty and nothing else. There's also this Yoshi one, and he seems to be, having fun. I also just like to spam them for no other reason than I think it's funny, and you actually get a score count for them, which is interesting, so that just makes me want to spam them even more. I also like the personal profile you get where you can give yourself a title, show off your favorite game, board, and minigames. It's just a nice bonus. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, you can add turns mid-game, so if you're losing, you can just... I did say the roster of characters is sort of lacking, but I am happy with who we have, and I love the characters' different voice lines reacting to whatever happens in the game and their facial expressions, especially characters like Daisy, who is freaking adorable. And Rosalina is... I totally won't out myself for having a huge crush on her as a kid, and still now. That'd be silly. Anyway, I would highly recommend this game if you're a big fan of Mario Party, or if you want to try Mario Party for the first time. Now, Nintendo, as much as I love this game, I would love it even more if you made more games like Metroid Dread in the future. Please don't think that the high sales of this game means you should make 10 more superstars. Just bring back Kid Icarus Uprising, it's all I want!